Isis, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Part, I don't know what part it is anymore. It's just a part. Sorry. So I just skipped forward now. This is a 24-minute video. I mean, the video that I'm displaying. I would employ you people again who think if you feel you're an intellectual, then go and watch this and tell me what you see if you consider yourself to be awake. It's a 24-minute long video of this guy and his other counterpart talking, and I'm not against him, not against any of this actually. I'm actually grateful that my friend Robert pointed this out to me, because at the end of all this, what happened was very interesting. But I'm gonna let it play through for now, and I'll tell you in the end what I see and what I saw, what it came up. Because again, it's one of those number things that I don't play that role. I'm not that good of a liar. I've lied, but I'm not that good of a liar. And so what I'm going to show you is what I mean about how God talks. Okay? And it's my truth. It's not anyone else's truth. I'm not forcing you. I'm just, this is really all about just opening up to the possibility that there's clearly and obviously something wrong. Kamala Harris is not, I'm sorry, but hey, I'm not promoting any of them from Trump but those who have voted, you're falling into the trap. You're falling. You fell hard. And don't get me wrong, this could be all propaganda on this guy's part. But when you have voices, and granted, maybe those voices are been put together, snippets of all things he said throughout, it's a possibility. And I'm keeping that open, that everything that I just shown could just be that it's a possibility that it's all been edited. But you tell me, because we've been sitting at home for almost a whole year now with the looming threat that some Daffy Duck's nonsense is floating in the air. So here, check this out.
That's how this is working. Wall Street picks Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's who picked them. Okay. As San Francisco District Attorney, Kamala Harris' office stopped cooperating with victims of Catholic Church child abuse. I'm just letting you know who these people are. That's why they talk to minorities like this. Kamala Harris fought to keep
You see this? How Kamala Harris fought to keep non-violent prisoners locked up. So look at this, folks. I owe child support 66,000 plus, right? Funny that number, 66, right? I owe them that much. And according to the contract that I signed with them that gave them the power, USC code 42666, they can throw me in jail on a non-violent crime, meaning I don't have the money, which you're not supposed to go to jail for not having money, folks. If you haven't realized that, that's not a crime. But they will put you in jail. Why? Not because of not the crime. It's not because of you didn't pay the money, but it's because you signed their contract. You signed your rights away. And now you have people like this who pose as if she's a black woman. And in a sense, she is a black woman. But of Hindu descent. And the Hindus are so twisted, you don't want no Hindu in the White House in such a way. Sorry, I spent 2 years in India. I'm going to tell you as it is. They got issues over there. You could not comprehend. You could not comprehend. But those issues are not so different from these issues. See, having that skin color affords you a certain position in this society. And at the beginning, I believe he says at some point or another that by 2040, America will be predominantly Caucasian. That's all in this video right here. If I didn't display it, then you go watch the video yourself for 24 minutes and hear what Joe Biden says about the year 2040 and what they are predicting to be the outcome because of what's happening right now. And with all that in mind, they have a so-called black woman on their side helping them out, who again may just become president. So I'm going to go to jail possibly because I signed their contract. You should learn what that word tract is. Tract, T-R-A-C-T. It's very interesting what that word means. Part of con and tract. I'm not going to get into it. Go do your homework. But I essentially, of one who was going to fall under the guise of this woman's laws or her ideas that non-violent people should go to jail for not having rent to pay or not having your bills to pay or not, and it's right because again you signed the contract with them, and because you signed a contract with them, it's legal. But here,
Violent prisoners locked up. Guess what? Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Wow.
wow. It's right.
I want to point something out. Person of the Year. Person. Do you see one or two people there? Do you see one person? Or does it say persons? Is there an S there? Because I see two people. And they both share the crown. You see that? That's Stephanopoulos right there. They share the Stephanopoulos. Person. See that? Posing as if she's from us. And then the plantation owner. I mean, Person of the Year. Person. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Triggered. In crowning Person of the Year, Time Magazine said this: together, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris offered restoration and renewal in a single ticket. And America bought what they were selling.
Wow. Bought what they were selling. What words? America bought what they were selling.
Wow, I haven't heard something that honest.
Words. See, I didn't even realize you were going to say that.
America bought what they were selling. It sounds like it sounds like the history of the selling of Manhattan. Yeah, well, we had dinner with the Indians, and then we bought what they were selling. Well, good, Manhattan.
See that? Having a chuckle.
So there you go. Couldn't get a vote. She couldn't get a vote. That guy is demented. But the Wall Street, the neoliberals, Barack Obama, and the media all conspired to make sure that's who the president and the vice president of the United States are, because they are hand chosen by the oligarchs, hand chosen by the by Wall Street.
See that? Hand chosen by, he meant it. He was going to say it. Hand chosen by the whites. See that? He slipped up right there. You don't believe me? Go watch the video again or rewind this. Handpicked by the whites. Handpicked. But, okay, for lack of a better word, what? Oligarchs? The elites. How many? How what? How many? How many? How much more obvious? But here, I'm gonna make it more obvious right now. Because at the end of that video, because of that, that picture right there made me think of something. And it reminded me of somebody, as a matter of fact. The colors, the red, the dark, and the symbolism of a white person in the forefront and a black person in the background. See, I believe that that is literally this. See, what you're looking at is a picture of George Washington. George Washington. And in case you don't realize this, they do believe in reincarnation, because if they didn't, George W. Bush, you know, our past president during Blind 11. Yeah, they tell you his W stands for something else. There's another name, but it's really George Washington Bush, if they haven't changed that or erased that in history yet. George Washington Bush, the reincarnation, who was taught by the Moors. See that? See this picture right here? This picture is the same as that picture. And even though I can't see it right now, hold on.
The military-industrial complex, big oil, and health insurance companies. That's who chose them.
See that picture there? That's the same as this. It's the exact same picture. See that? See, that's a Moor. See that? You see the fez turban? He's the real master here. He's the master here, and they're showing you in the picture. If you see it here, the picture here. I do wish I had better displaying methods, but hey, that's what I got, and that's what you're gonna have to deal with. Go look it up yourself. Look up George Washington Mason pictures, and what you'll get is a whole series of these kind of pictures. A black man in the background. And what this is the Moors handed it over to these guys, either forcibly or something, but they still had to acknowledge them in paintings. But most people will look at this as he's the servant. He's not the servant. The black man is not the servant here. Okay? And I'm not saying anyone should have to serve anyone in such a way. But unfortunately, that's the story that's being told here. George Washington, our first president of the Corporation of the United States of America. Corporation, corpse. This is still Moor land. Moors, M-O-O-R-E, Moors, more. And they want more. But check out how all this came about. Because when I looked at this picture, when I went to go find this picture, I found it at 331. But initially, when I was watching this video of Jimmy Dore, which sparked me to look at this. This sparked me, this picture got me to look up this picture. But before that happened, there was a timestamp. And the time was 3:22. That's when I started to look for it. And if you don't know what 3:22 is, it's the Skull and Bones number. specifically associated with George W. Bush, George Washington Bush. 322 adds up to 7. Bones and skulls. Look it up. Understand these numbers. And that number led to a Mason number, 331, a 33rd. You get it. 33. You see it? That's not by chance. And as insignificant as an amateur and all this may sound to be, it's not by chance. Even better, right before I took this particular screenshot, this is my lock screen. I specifically took it because that's when I started looking for this picture. See? But before all that, I took a picture when I was on the train the other day. And I found this one interesting because it's explaining the same crap they always do. They're always doing the same crap. Same crap. Here, let me turn it sideways so it's wide. And by the way, wider is better. I don't know why everyone does the long ways thing, but whatever. This is a building in New York City called The Edge. The Edge. There's nothing to hide in there. And I took this picture because they show all day their Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, pyramid. The pyramid with the sun at the top. The pyramid. And it's even in the picture. See, if you're at the tip here, and you go straight up, who's standing there? Mithra. Mithra's standing there. See that? Mithra, the sun god, Sol Victus. Between the two pillars. See that? The pillars here? Joachim, Boam, Joachim, I forgot the names specifically. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. But you see, they even have a triangle in the walkway. See that? So you tell me I'm making this up. You tell me it's just by coincidence that this tip should lead to that. She's holding a light. And even better, look, the G, right above it, G. The 7th letter between the pillars. See? They want you to come visit this this place. It's called The Edge. You do that. You go visit it. You spend your time visiting it, okay? I've said all I've had to say now, I think, concerning all that. And I'm sorry if anyone's watching this and you've wasted your time. If you feel you wasted your time, I'm sorry. But I keep getting the signs like crazy, and it's not me making it up. 322 on this Christmas day. Time. You see the... Yeah, you
To
see
the
it.
point where we're a laughing stock of the world. I guess if you have a scenario.
Yeah, we are the laughing stock. And then finally, which brought me to this picture. This picture. Phoenix, y'all, Phoenix. They're trying to smother it. And by doing so, they've gotten a hold of our females because we don't support our females the correct way. And don't get me wrong, our females don't support us the correct way either. The TV tells us how to have relationships. Social media tells us now how to have relationships. Before, we had to just wing it on our own and listen to what other people said, which was the first form of social media in its own right. And even that wasn't always right. So everything that I'm saying, I'm acting on. I'm acting on. I'm moving. I'm getting out of here. I'm acting. I'm not posing. I'm acting on it. And I don't mean the word as acting like I'm an actor in Hollywood. I'm acting on the signs that I see. I'm acting, I'm moving, I'm doing something about it. And in part of that is me, as much as I can, sharing what I know to help those who are also trying to find it, which aren't too many, and that's fine with me. That's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. I've learned to appreciate that I'm crazy. I've learned to appreciate it, my craziness, my nonsensical, chaotic, whatever. I know now I haven't had a meaningful relationship because of what has been set in place. I'm not blaming it on anyone other than my own acts. But I will tell you that we had help in making those decisions more than we realize. Don't fall for it, folks. Slavery, I just don't buy it. I don't buy the slavery. Thousands of people shipped over from Africa. I don't buy it. The story doesn't add up. Ask Africans that you meet. Ask them their point of view of the Caucasians that came to Africa that stole the black people. They'll point you to that place in Niger, or on the coast of Africa. I'm sorry, specifically, I forgot the area, that so-called one white castle place where slaves went in and out. I looked at that documentary concerning that castle, and the narrative doesn't make sense, doesn't add up. Because if that narrative was what it was, then you would have a point of view from the people, whether it was passed down through generations or not. You would have a point of view that they would have of that so-called place where the white people took the black people on that coast of Africa, the Ivory Coast. The Ivory Coast. They would have a point of view, and they don't. They don't even, half of them don't even know anything about the story of slavery in America. When I oh man, I can't get into it. This is just dragging on. Sorry. I admit some of you aren't even going to get to this part, and that's fine. But I got out what's in me. I got it out. I got it out the best I know how, and I'm just going to go with it. And hopefully I gave the right message. And if I did not, I apologize. But inshallah, I've done the right thing. And I'm going to act on it. I'm getting out of here. And I would suggest...
Nothing can slip.
I would suggest many should ponder this, leaving this place.
Its way into the White House, and that's what's about to happen.
That's what's about to happen. All right, I'm done with the message. I'm sorry. I don't know how many videos it was, but I'll figure it out when I add it all up and put it up. But may the best be all. I wish everyone the best. May peace be upon everyone. On this day when the sun is the lowest in the sky, the longest, darkest day is essentially today. This is not morbid. It's just the reality of where we live. I'm not sad. I'm not happy. I'm right in the middle of it all. I'm trying to do my best. I would suggest many of you try to pick up that same mantle and stay in the middle of it. Don't go through the extremes of going one side or to the other, because either side is lost and either side is playing each other like the sun and the moon. See, what we're dealing right now with the sun and the moon is we're dealing with chaos. And we're just getting trapped in it, I guess. We're getting trapped in the philosophy of the physicality of it all. So I don't want to see no one burn. I really don't, but that's not up to me. But I can do my best to tell you how not to, I guess. Because I gotta escape this. I have to. From child support to all the wrong things that we've signed here, I have to escape it. I have to let it go now because I've done the wrong thing. And I signed not knowing what I've been signing. And now we're gonna pay the price. We're gonna pay. So may peace be upon all of you, and I wish you all the best, and nothing that I say is meant to hurt or discredit or bash white or blacks or women. But the phoenix is rising, and it's either gonna rise or it's not gonna rise. So maybe it'll rise in some of us, and some of us it just simply won't. So the best to all of you.